Today I'm going to show you how to create a watercolor matrix. A matrix is a chart that shows what different colors looks like when they're mixed together. So the first thing I've done to my paper is I've gridded it. This is a 10 by 11 inch piece of watercolor paper that I have made a 1 inch grid on. So my grid is 10 by 11 inches. And the next thing I did was tape it down, tape all the edges down, just a really thin 1/2 inch or so border. And then I have labeled my matrix across the top here. I have capital letters for the colors to mix, and they're bigger because I'm going to be adding more of these colors to my mixture than these colors. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. And same thing along this side. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet, brown, and black. I'm going to be using my Praying watercolor palette. So I like using Praying watercolors because they're cheap and great for beginners, and they work really well. So here in my palette I have black, brown, blue, violet, green, yellow, orange, and red. And I also have my paintbrush and a cup of water, and I also have some paper towel. When you're painting your watercolor matrix, it's going to look something like this. This is going to be a row of red colors. This is going to be a row of orange, yellow, green, and so on. So as you're painting, just keep in mind that you are adding red with a touch of orange, mostly red with just a touch of yellow. This one is mostly red with just a touch of green, and so on. These colors are going to, in this diagonal here, are going to be straight off your palette. So this is just pure red, pure orange, pure yellow, green, and so on. When you're painting, it's a good idea to skip every other square, kind of like a checkered board pattern approach. So that way your colors don't bleed into each other. They don't bleed into the adjacent square. So just kind of let them dry in between. Okay, so I'm going to wet my brush first. And for this one, mostly red, lots of red, big R, little orange, little O, I'm going to mix a lot of red. So I'm going to grab some red and I'm going to put it over here, off to the side. I'm going to clean my brush, and I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of orange, and I'm going to put just a little bit of orange into that so it's mostly red. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint the red-orange section. Now it does look mostly red. Okay, just a little bit of orange was added to this, and that's fine. When I apply my pure red right here, I should be able to see a difference. Okay, so I'm going to go over to this one here, big orange, little red, and I'm going to add mostly orange to this one and just a touch of red. So I already have this mixture made up. So I'm just going to go ahead and go in and add more orange to it. And then just a touch of red. And notice how I'm mixing my colors on my palette, and I'm not mixing them on my paper. Okay, so this is orange, mostly orange with just a touch of red. And on my matrix, I'm trying to get my application as smooth and even as possible. Okay, so it's a very subtle difference between the two, but you should be able to tell that one is more orange on the orange side and one is more on the red side. So I'm going to go ahead and skip down now to lots of orange, a touch of yellow. Okay, so clean my brush, lots of orange. I'm going to rinse my brush. I don't really want to double dip into my colors. I want to keep them pure and try to keep them clean. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up some yellow. Okay. So this is orange with a touch of yellow. All right, and since I have this mixture, I'm going to go ahead and do yellow with a touch of orange. So I'm going to clean my brush again, pick up some more yellow, mix that in. So now I've got mostly yellow with just a touch of orange. And I'm going to go ahead and paint that in this section. Okay. Again, a really subtle difference, but you should be able to tell. Okay. So to clean my palette, the great thing about the praying is that you can just pop this out, and you can take this over to the sink. Once your tray gets filled up with different colors, you can take it over to the sink and rinse it out. And the other great thing about praying is that these pop out. And I've bought the refills for the colors. They're sold separately, so I can continuously reuse these trays.